To create a solid mesh using mappable solids, the Solid Map panel is used. The Multi-Solids subpanel is selected. The displayed solids are selected, the element size is set to 1.5, and the source shells is set to quads. Mesh is then selected. This produces a preview view of the meshing order and extrusion direction for each solid. Mesh is selected again to create a preview of the solid element mesh. Return is then selected to accept the solid element mesh. Now that the solid element mesh has been created, the elements need to be duplicated and rotated to model the entire part. First, a temporary node needs to be defined to rotate about. Geometry, Create, Node, Arc Center is selected to create the node. A circular line is selected and then Create is clicked to create the node. The Rotate panel is then used to recreate the entire gear model. The displayed elements are selected and duplicated. The duplicated elements are stored in the original component collector. The axis to rotate about is the x-axis. The base node B is defined as the temporary node created at the center of the model. The angle is set to 60 and then Rotate is selected. The elements that were just rotated are still selected, so LM's Duplicate is selected to duplicate those elements. Rotate is selected to rotate the duplicated elements. This process is repeated to generate the remaining elements. Next, the Edges panel is used to find the duplicate nodes and equivalence them. The component is selected and then Preview Equivalence is selected. Notice the nodes found are those between the rotated sections of elements. Equivalence is then selected.